Grasping the art of negative questions with modal verbs. Hello, language learners. Welcome back to our English learning series. Today, we're focusing on an interesting topic in our intermediate grammar, modal verbs, advice, negative forms and questions series. We'll tackle negative questions with modal verbs, particularly on giving advice. The mastery of this subject can significantly enhance your understanding of English conversation, as it provides various ways to express concern, curiosity, or to provide indirect advice. So, let's dive into the exciting world of modal verbs. Negative questions in English are those that are formed by adding not to a regular question. For example, can't you come earlier? Or, shouldn't we leave now? These are often used to express surprise, confusion, or disbelief. They're also frequently used for giving indirect advice. When it comes to the structure of negative questions with modal verbs, there's a straightforward rule to follow. It's modal verb plus not, plus subject plus base form of verb. This is the basic structure, but remember that in informal English, you'll often see the contraction of the modal verb and not. For example, can't for cannot, shouldn't for should not, and so on. Now, let's see how these negative questions can be used in the context of advice. When you frame advice as a question, it often sounds less direct and more polite. For instance, 1. Shouldn't you study for the test? Implying that the person should study. 2. Can't you just apologize to her? Suggesting that apologizing might be a good idea. By phrasing advice as negative questions with modal verbs, you can sound less confrontational and more considerate. Practice is the best way to learn. Here are a few exercises you can try. 1. Turn this advice into a negative question. You should talk to your boss about the issue. 2. How would you advise someone to not skip meals using a negative question? Take your time to answer these. If you find it challenging, don't worry. The more you practice, the better you'll get. We hope this video has helped clarify the use of negative questions with modal verbs for advice. Remember, these structures aren't just about grammar. They're also about being polite, sounding natural, and conveying your message effectively in English. Keep practicing, and you'll master this in no time. Thanks for joining us today, and as always, happy learning!